What is up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. And Liverpool have not made a single signing since Soboslai, and they need to get it done soon. Steve, how you doing this morning? Good morning to everyone.
Good morning. Kyle, I believe I left off last week on this show talking about let's just hope we're in a better spot and we've made the Lavia signing or whoever in a week's time. Well, guess
Has
what, Kyle? It's
hasn't
been a
happened.
week. It's been a
Nope.
week. An uneventful week, to say the least. Um, we'll get into all that today, but Moira wants to know, how do I become a channel member?
More. Excuse me. I posted that link. Keep trying. We got another channel member in here, Avenzi. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Shout out to you. Thanks for the support, Steve. It's not even. I mean, we're submitting bids, so we're actively trying to sign Lavia, but Southampton have made it very clear they want 50. So just go in and pay the 50, dude.
It's very simple. I
Just
negotiate
pay.
financial stuff for work
Just
10
pay it.
times a week. You try to negotiate. Negotiations aren't supposed to drag on for months, weeks. It's a 1 day thing. Maybe a 1 week thing, a negotiation of any size. Like when you see like Liverpool submit bid for 35 in add-ons. Okay, well that's 10, that's not what they want. So that's going to get rejected.
Yeah,
Then you see Liverpool do like 41 in add-ons or whatever.
it's like, guys, they want 50.
Yeah.
It's insulting.
And you know what? He's not worth 50.
No, I know. But that's
So
why. That's
so
why.
here's what I say. At this point, you've nickel and dimed and you are willing to pay 40 with add-ons, 45, whatever it is. Either you're going to pay the extra 5 million and get the guy you've been going after and wasted all this time on. That's the thing, it's the time. Now, I would imagine they're doing other things in the market that we don't know about. But you're either going to cough up that extra 5 million, swallow your pride and get your guy because the season starts. When does the season start, Kyle?
Next
7
Saturday.
days?
It's unbelievable.
Oh my God, first of all, that's really exciting.
That
Number
is
one.
exciting. Yeah.
But we're going to go out there with a skeleton crew.
Curtis Jones in the number 6 right now. That's what we're planning to go out with. Now, look, Curtis Jones has played 2 preseason matches in the number 6 and has not looked bad. But that's not it, bro. Curtis Jones is not him at the moment.
Can you picture Curtis Jones slide tackling to stop a counterattack? Like
Yes.
actually laying down on the ground and slide tackling like Fabinho. Recovering the ball. I can't.
I can. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can. I think Curtis Jones in a 6 would be pretty solid. But that's not the point here. The point is that how many midfielders have left now? 5? 5. And we've gotten 2 in. That's the point. We've
Okay.
spent 2 seasons now under stress because of injuries in the midfield. And now we're short 3. Where's the logic in that?
That's the thing, Kyle. They're trying. I know they're trying, but trying's just not good enough sometimes. Like, look, it's gotten to the point now where I truly believe that every match matters. Every single minute of every single match because of how the league has been competitive over the last 5 to 7 years. Even last year, even though we weren't in the mix. And like that first game of the season is a must win. That's Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can't score against Chelsea. Every game we play against them ends 0-0.
Well, things might
So
be different now. Things might be different. I mean,
I
who do
don't
they
know,
even
but we need
do
to
they even
win
have a
that
defense?
match.
Do they even have a defense right
Who?
now? Chelsea.
Do we? We just let up
No,
4.
I said Chelsea.
I know, but we don't either. So
True.
it could be 2-2. What I'm saying is we don't have Chelsea's number.
No,
I don't
okay,
think.
fair.
Lately, we beat them in the finals on pens. Like it's poor.
Yeah.
Anyways, It's kind of the point now where I'm like, even if we get Lavia, he's not starting next week. Or if we got him today or tomorrow, maybe. But like, he needs to learn the system because that's a big match. And it's a must win. Every match is a must win. So it's gotten to the point now where I'm like, okay, you either what we call SHIT or get off the pot, Liverpool. Bring in a loan. Do something. Like an Arthur Melo type deal. I don't care.
No,
Just
don't.
do anything.
Not again.
No, not him, but like go snatch up a couple bodies. I don't know who. We need bodies. We want quality, but right now we need bodies.
Couldn't agree more. And that's the thing right now. We've left it so late to the point where we can't be picky. You just need people in there. But Chetic and Curtis Jones and what? Thiago? Could Thiago play a 6?
He could, but he couldn't play for the full 90 minutes, and it's not really his thing.
Dude. I don't. Okay, so here's what Liverpool did. They started these Andre rumors, dude. Do you think we're really in for Andre? Maybe.
I don't know.
But I think he's second on the list. I think Liverpool are really trying to lower that price for Southampton, all right, by starting these Andre rumors. Maybe not rumors, but just making it known they're going to get him. But here's the thing, dude. I don't know anything about Andre. He's playing in Brazil. Is he Premier League tested? No. Lavia played an entire season in the Premier League. So that's number one. But number two, if Southampton are really holding out for 50, it's mainly because of that 40 million buyback of next season. They're trying to make money off of the Lavia thing, right? Because they have to pay Man City 20% anyway. So they're trying to make 40 regardless. Why can't Liverpool see that and just pull the trigger, dude?
That's what I lose sleep over. Maybe they know something I don't know. No time. I somebody in here said, I forget who it was. I saw it up in the chat. But Chat is coming back. And Thiago too, actually, I believe.
It's great. It's great.
Great. That doesn't answer our problems. If we rely on that, then we fall into the same trap we've fallen into pretty much every year. Returning injury guy is a new signing.
Trap. It's like a new signing. What? No.
Yeah.
No. The only difference is this year's we're 3 extra players short.
Kyle, let me ask you a question.
Before you ask that question, I just want to say shout out to Inferno Gaming. Thanks for the super chat. Said, lads, without transfers, let's just prepare for another season to prepare for Europa League. No big names for CDM like we're in the funds going. Look, you're not wrong. I think, honestly, without more signings, we're going to run into an injury situation again. And not just in the midfield, but midfield and defensively. Steven, if just one of Konate or Van Dijk gets injured, we are screwed. Matip and Gomez have not looked nearly as good in preseason. And who's behind them? Kwanzaa?
Hey, no disrespect. Kwanzaa? No disrespect.
Oh, yeah. No, the holiday. But isn't that his name? Kwanzaa?
No, I'm not talking about the holiday. I don't know who the guy you're talking about is. That's how irrelevant it is.
He's played every preseason game.
Yeah, I just don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, I think it's Kwanzaa.
All right, we'll go with Kwanzaa.
All right, Kwanzaa
Has Fabrizio Romano said anything lately?
Not a damn thing. Said that Liverpool have submitted or are preparing another bid, but it was rejected. Both our bids have been rejected.
Also, on the other side of this, because I do want to ask you a question, and I'm trying.
Oh,
I
don't forget what it was. Ask me the question.
Okay, I remember the question. On the other side of this, who does Southampton think they are holding out for 50 million? You are relegated.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. Or my crackle. Snap, crackle, pop. I heard that like pop real quick. You really want to hold out on that potential 50 million? You're not going to make anything in the championship.
Then maybe that's why they're holding out for 50 million.
Well, yeah, well, you're gonna keep Lavia around in the championship? You're gonna hold these players hostage? Let them go. Fire sale. If I get relegated, it's a fire sale.
Maybe they obviously want to come back up, as any team would. All right. I had a great point, and I completely forgot it. I had a really good point. Now, to be honest, it was probably not that good because my points aren't that great. But in my head, it was really a good point. But good morning to everyone in the chat. RDO McDodge, Ross, Liz. Who else we got in here? Dermot, good morning. Oyvind, how you guys doing? Shout out to our newest channel members.
All right, here we go.
Oyvind, hold on a second. Oyvind, shout out to Oyvind, has been a channel member for 25 months, bro. 25 months. That's insane. Thank you very much.
Legend.
Absolute legend, man. It says Ten Hag has spent more than Klopp in net spend in the Premier League. Here's what it was. I remember now. Okay. I'm going to hit you guys with a scenario and tell me how annoying this is. Okay. You're at the store, right? You're at the checkout counter. There's one person in front of you, and then there's the clerk. Okay. Person's buying a TV. They scan it. It's $100. And the person says, I'll give you 60. Clerk goes, the price is 100. Okay. He goes, all right, fine. I'll give you 70. And you're sitting there with a basket full of groceries trying to check out. And the person's just negotiating the price tag of something when it's not negotiable. How annoying is that? That's what Liverpool is doing.
Well, here's the thing. I think they're going to get him for less than 50. But I think it's going to be like 46.9. Something stupid.
It might be even more than that. Remember? All right, look, do you remember when we were selling Raheem Sterling? Liverpool were holding out for 50 and they ended up selling him for 49. So it ended up working. Man City were bidding, but they got to 49. Liverpool might have to meet him right there.
The problem is they know how bad we want him.
That's why this Andre news is trying to take that pressure away.
Yeah, but we need both. That's what Southampton, I hope they realize that. If Southampton has any part, looking at this from the other side, any part of a brain, any intelligence whatsoever, they'll know we need 2 midfielders and a center back. So if I was Southampton, I'd be like, Andre, huh? Cool. I knew you needed another. Not like, oh man, they might take Andre instead of Lavia. Like, all right. So here's my question for you. There's a lot we got to get through in the chat here as well. And I want everyone in the chat to answer this. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. Everyone that's in this stream, hello. First of all, we will get to you guys in a second. I'm sure there's some gold in this chat.
Oh yeah.
Script. First of all, stop what you're doing. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, share the stream. Become a channel member. Consider it. And also let me know your answer to this question. Are Liverpool a better team than they were last season? When the day the season ended, are we a better team today? Let's consider the following. What we've lost: Firmino, Milner, Ox, Keita, Henderson, Fabinho. What, am I missing anything else?
Say Keita?
Yeah, I said Keita.
Keita?
Bobby, Fabinho, Hendo, Milner, Ox, Keita. I think those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's it.
That's what we lost. And here's what we've brought in. Dom, Soboslai, and McAllister. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So riddle me this, guys. A team that struggled to make top 4, had to rely on others to SHIT, again, the bed, for us to make not top four, just make the Europa League. Are we better? My answer is absolutely not. Not even close.
That's the sentiment.
We've brought in
the
some
chat.
quality, and we know what McAllister's going to give us. We know he's solid. He's played in the Prem, World Cup. I don't care about the World Cup. I never let a tournament skew my judgment of a player. We know he can be solid in the Prem. Soboslai, good player from what we've seen, but we still don't know. Naby Keita was a good player before he came over here. So I don't think we're any better. I cannot believe that we're sitting here 2 months after the season ended, the last season, and we were all like big sigh of relief. Everyone in the chat, let's move on. Let's go. Europa League, yeah, it stinks. It stings, but let's move on. We haven't gotten better. Let me know what you guys think.
I couldn't agree more. I think everyone in the chat agrees. Yes. Now, one thing people are saying in the chat is better in attack, but worse everywhere else. I look at our attack and I am genuinely impressed. I'm just like, wow, we have so much quality in attack. That is so great. How is Klopp going to choose the attacking players to start and play consistently? Everywhere else, it's not like that. I'm genuinely scared for this season if we don't sign at least a center back and a midfielder. Inferno Gaming says better, but that's comparing dog crap to human crap. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, kind of. I just
Well, here's another way to think about it, Kyle. If I told you last year, if we didn't know who was leaving this summer, but I came to you 6 months ago in February and I said, Kyle, here's what Liverpool's going to do this summer. Here's what I want us to do. Are you okay with this? And I told you, Kyle, I want to get Alexis McAllister and Dom Soboslai. I want to bring them in, and I want to sell the following players: Firmino, Ox Keita, Milner, Henderson, Fabinho. I want these 7 guys out, and I want those 2 guys in. What would you say to me? Think about how insane that sounds.
It does, but it didn't sound insane until you said Henderson and Fabinho. That's where I'm at, okay? I didn't in a million years think Liverpool would sell Henderson and Fabinho this summer. I didn't. In a million years, I didn't think that. Now they have, okay? Henderson and Fabinho were staples in the midfield last year. Staples. That doesn't mean that they played great. I'm just saying they had to be there.
Well, Damian Lean, what a legend, by the way. He's coming out of the woodwork and saying Carvalho and Melo gone as well. Okay,
True.
so Kyle, let's add 2 to that list.
Oh
I want these 9 players gone, and I want to buy just McAllister and Soboslai. You'd be like, dude, you don't even belong on the show anymore. That's pure insanity.
I know.
Now, Ross is here saying, window's not over, don't panic, Captain Main Warrant. I'm sure there's some meaning behind that. I don't know what that means. But what's up, Ross? Ross, I already explained why I'm panicking. And if you're not, that's fine. Perhaps you're more calm than I am, but we don't have time, Ross. Every match matters so much in this league if you want to win it. And now, like we've seen and struggled to do, 2 times in the last 3 to 4 years, is just make the Champions League. Every point counts. And we play Chelsea, and then we have another match, and then we probably have a week with 2 matches, coming up. We need to get players in now. So I'm not necessarily panicking. I'm just fed up and concerned that there's not enough urgency.
God, that was your best take in a while.
It's tough to do.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
All right, I'm going to try to cool down a little bit, Kyle. But I told you last week, if we don't make changes next week, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. We've been hearing the same news from Fabrizio Romano for 5 weeks. That guy is a broken record.
Yep.
Yesterday, Liverpool still focused on Lavia. 2 days ago, Liverpool still focused on Lavia. You know what? We don't care. We know. Who else are we focused on? Because we need
Apparently
at
no
least
defender.
2 midfielders and a center back. And remember I told you I wanted a Miracle Laporte?
Yeah.
I saw a random link with him on Instagram from some weird source.
Really?
Yeah, could you imagine if I predicted the future?
You've predicted the future before, I think. I feel like you have. I just can't
Certainly.
remember what. Let's go over to the chat real quick. Oyvind, enjoy that birthday party. Okay, Del Nero. Don't hope for top 4. It's over. Even when
I love this. Now this is extreme, but this is my thought process.
Season hasn't even started. Oh my god.
But look at the last sentence. Before simple as that. This is the important part, and this is what I agree with. Even if we bring someone, it will take him almost at least 2 months to learn the team, the system, his teammates. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That is true. You got to think like there are some players you can slot right in, like Luis Diaz, but he like plays on an island on the wing and whatever.
He does play very isolated, yeah.
Yeah, he's a creative dribbler, right? But Fabinho took a while. Robbo took a while. I'm just thinking like off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a bunch more.
Well,
But there's
especially when
nothing
they're
saying you
young.
can just grab Lavia and slot him in, and like 2 weeks from today, he's starting and putting in an 8 out of 10 performance.
Especially because he's 19. He's a kid. Thiago played right away because we got him when he was 29.
Yeah,
just
and
come
he's
in and
one of the
play.
best midfielders in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all right, regardless, okay? It's not the fact that he would play right away, right? It's not like we're that desperate for the midfielder. We're desperate for bodies, like you said. We don't have enough bodies, dude. If one midfielder goes down, it's detrimental. Absolutely detrimental. Now, are we looking at this as a situation like, oh, well, Gakpo could play midfield. Oh, Diogo Jota could play midfield too. We got to get out of that mentality. I'm tired of that mentality.
No more utility players. No more.
We need specialists and we need depth. Okay, look, our depth is Curtis Jones, Pacetic, Thiago, McAllister, Soboslai, Elliott. That's 6. Who am I missing? Am I missing somebody? I mean, and
Morton?
I'm not talking about what?
Morton?
Morton? Sure, maybe. I don't know. I think didn't he go on loan? I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I'm talking about players that are going to play. And right now, that's 6. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. I
can help you out.
Yeah, no, I've got to be missing somebody. 6. That's just absurd. That's how ridiculous it is. 6 people I just counted.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Morton, Pacetic, Thiago, Dom, Alexis McAllister, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Bobby Clark. Yeah.
Okay, 2 of those names. Okay, no, those names do not count. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's start over. Ready? Pacetic, Elliott, Jones,
Thiago, McAllister, Soboslai.
McAllister, Soboslai, Thiago. That's 6. Yep.
6.
Yeah. What do you expect when you let go of?
It's unbelievable. Like, how do you even think it's remotely possible? Remotely possible to play in the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League with 6 midfielders. Last year we had 8.
No, we had more. We had way more. We had like 10, dude. Because you got to think. All right. So we had 6.
Why are we not learning, Steven? That's what I'm asking. Why are we not learning the lesson? Like, I've said this before. We went into this offseason like, okay, we know we made a mistake for the 3rd year in a row. We made this mistake where we didn't sign enough players, okay? And so you're like, oh, McAllister, Soboslai, okay, they're getting it done. And then we let 6 walk. It makes no sense.
All right, everybody in the chat, stop what you're doing again, and let's give a quick clap. Kyle has woken up. He's on board. It took him 30 minutes or so. We are in full alignment right now. The stars have aligned. You know what we're doing, Kyle? We're spinning, but we're spinning in sync. And that's what matters. We're in absolute sync right now. We had more than however many midfielders you said. 8?
We had a lot.
Okay, so we had the 6 that we have now.
Yeah, and we're not. I'm not. And just one thing I want to address before you keep going, and I'm not counting the fact that some of them never played. Keita, Ox, they never played. That's not the point. We had them.
Yeah, and they were available at some point. And
Yeah.
if one wasn't, the other one was for the most
Yes.
part. Ox actually played kind of a lot in
He
that
did.
stretch.
There was like a 2-month stretch where Ox played a lot, and it was, I can't remember when it was, but he did.
And he was awful. No, he was
He
okay.
was not good. He might have had like
was-
one good pass.
He scored a goal though.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh.
I think he chipped the keeper. What a legend.
Yeah, no,
Anyways.
he is partly a legend. Yeah.
Ross says, all right, Vase of Flowers says, what a name, by the way. Welcome. Vase of Flowers. Why are we haggling these? I'm going way back. Don't even look for it.
Oh, okay.
Why are we
You know
haggling with
what I was
Southampton
doing.
about $2 million? It's nothing. I agree. What the heck are we doing? Ross says, if we get 2 in the next week, will the fans calm down then? Yeah.
Yes.
Ross, if we get 2 players in the next week, I'll be happy. That means we got players before the season started. We have enough bodies right now, I think, to hold us over. But that's a terrible attitude to have. Not for me or you. We're allowed to have okay, we have 6 midfielders. It's going to take players at least a few weeks to get going. We're allowed to have the mentality and think, all right, if they bring in a couple guys this week, they get a few weeks to get going, 6 midfielders can hold us over for 2 or 3 weeks. That's true. Assuming nobody gets hurt. But it's not our job to run the business and plan for the future. We just worry about these things, and I guarantee you they're worried about them as well. But they can't have that same thought process. Schmetka, Klopp, and the sporting team, and it's not FSG. I don't think this is FSG. Okay? Because if it was a matter of like literally dollars, then if 50 million is not in our price range, then we need to move on to somebody else and get 2 guys that are worth 20 million. But they know what FSG is going to spend already. They've been given a budget. There's a reason there's no Valverde and Tchouaméni talks, because that budget's not 100.
Okay. I'm just
because they've already spent.
They spent. They bought Soboslai in 3 days. They saw it. They heard about his 70 million euro release clause and just bought him. They can do it. We bought Darwin Nunez for up to 85. It has nothing to do with the price. And Benfica, we negotiated with Benfica for a few weeks with Darwin. And eventually we just were like, okay, we'll do this, okay? It's not a matter. It's just the timing. The season starts next week. And I know, Ross, I know you said 8 midfielders. I'm talking 6 midfielders, excluding Bobby Clark and Tyler Morton. Okay? I'm not talking about these young players that might play 3 senior games the entire season. I'm talking about players that are going to put in a good performance. And right now we have 6 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Sir Oswald, shout out to you, you legend. He said clap, clap, clap. He was clapping for me virtually. I hope some more of you were as well.
Yeah.
Philip Bidwell says we don't learn because FSG don't care about the squad. Again, this isn't on FSG. We're not even going to go down that path. We know FSG is not perfect. Very, very far from it. I
Oh,
don't.
okay. He's considering Trent and Gakpo in our midfield. Yeah, and so I touched on that as well. Like I said, I'm not counting Gakpo. I'm not counting Jota, right? Like utility players, like Steven said. I'm talking about just outright midfielders because on paper, when you line up, there's 3 midfielders. Now, when we play in the match, you might have Trent shifting in or whatever the case may be. My point is, you just need the bodies. Why is it so easy for us to have depth and attack, but nowhere else? Like we have physically struggled to put depth in our defense, and oh my god, I'm just having nightmares of Kabak and Nat Phillips at the back. Like, and we love Nat Phillips, but guys, God forbid we get injuries in the midfield. Mac, Soboslai, anybody. Say, take those 2 out. Say if those 2 are injured, who's starting in your midfield? Think about that. Curtis Jones, Elliott, and Thiago? I'm sorry, that midfield is going to get run through.
Yeah, by every team except maybe 3 in the Prem. Maybe 5. But anyways, Alexi says Trent has been playing right back during preseason, correct? I assume that he won't be playing in the mid. Right. I've seen a little bit of both. Look, if we're going to consider Trent a midfielder, then is Joe Gomez the savior at right back? Because we need
Connor
answers
Bradley
there as well.
Pretty good. I will say that. I say Connor.
Yeah, but
Bradley,
Connor Bradley's not a Premier League right back. Maybe Klopp had. Look, when he brought in Trent, I said, no way. Years ago, and Trent proved me wrong, and became the best in like 15 months. It was insane.
Yeah.
But what are the chances of Connor Bradley doing that? You know,
Well,
is it worth the risk in such a
got
critical
a lot
season?
to live up to. If you're all his job needs to be, Steve, is backing up Trent. That's all I need from him. I don't need for him to be the best. I don't need for him to be an incredible crosser, passer. All I need for him is to back up Trent and play solidly. And so far in preseason, I saw the talent there. And last year in the championship, he was amazing. He wasn't quite at the level that Harvey Elliott was when Harvey Elliott went down to the championship to play. But I'm pretty sure he still was it Bolton he played for, or maybe Blackburn or something.
Yeah,
He was their player of the year.
Yes, he was. But here's the thing. There's no way that anybody has. Like, there's no way Klopp is telling himself, oh, we're going to move Trent into midfield. First of all, for the reason I just mentioned. Like Alexi said, he hasn't played there the whole preseason. If he was going to be a midfielder, an out-and-out midfielder, he'd be there every match in the preseason. He hasn't been. He's still playing right back. It's going to be that hybrid situation. In the event that he did become a midfielder, do we feel confident with Joe Gomez playing right back? I kind of do.
I do. I really do.
I kind of do. But, Kyle, every action has a what, Kyle?
Reaction.
Everything is a domino effect, a chain of events, an assembly line. It's all connected. If you move Trent to the midfield and tell yourself, we don't need more midfielders, then Joe Gomez slots in at right back, then you're screwed. Because Konate, Matip, of course, Van Dijk, pick up an injury or a knock, and now we have Trent in the midfield and Gomez playing right back, and they're both in a rhythm, but now we need Gomez to jump back to center back because we haven't bought one. And we got Gomez and Konate, and Trent's playing right back, and now, since we haven't bought any midfielders, the midfield's bare again. Because Thiago's out for 6 weeks.
Yep.
And these are all theoretical, hypothetical things, but we need bodies. Like, I would, at this point, get one midfielder and one center back. At this point. Just one and one. I've lowered my standards over what's happened. And I'm not doing this. I'm not blaming FSG. They've taken so much heat. They're going to spend, they already have, Why are we negotiating? Buy and move on. You're right, Kyle. I don't have time on Sunday morning to play around in the grocery store line with the cashier, or you call it the clerk. I
The
don't have that
clerk.
time. You buy and you move on.
I shot the
Next.
clerk. I shot the clerk. What a movie. All right. Doug, this is starting 11 prediction for Saturday. Alley, Trent, Kanate, Van Dyke, Robertson. Amazing back five. But then we get into the midfield. Jones, McAllister, Soboslai. Okay. Jones and CDM. That's really our only option at this point. We don't have anybody else.
McAllister could. Jones on the left. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
Literally, I don't know how anyone in the world can see McAllister as a CDM. Like, I don't care if he's played there before. Like, he's not a
He puts in dirty
CDM.
work, dude. He puts in tackles. He gets dirty.
All right, fine.
Believe me. Just believe me. But still, he's not the solution. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. Those three in the midfield, cool.
Okay, and I'm looking on paper. I'm like, okay, that's good. Jota, Gakpo, Salah. God, Gakpo's good. Holy shit, Gakpo's good, dude. He is so much better than Darwin is right now. Like, oh man,
he's not a pretty player.
Yeah, he's just so good,
but, dude. Luis Diaz is so good.
He is, but look, dude, Jota, underrated, the most underrated Liverpool right now. I mean, underrated Liverpool player right now. Jota is so, like, people look at our attack and they're, oh, dude. I mean, I think Luis Diaz starts personally, but Jota is just so good, so technical, man. He's really talented. But thanks for the super chat, Doug. I like that starting 11 prediction. Alexi said something here today. This is a really good point. As it stands today, we have the smallest squad in the Premier League with 22 players. Man United the most with 36. That's eye-opening. It's eye-opening to me. And now, look, I'm not saying spend recklessly and bring in 14 players. But 22 players.
Jota's our best finisher. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be. He might be.
Anyways. So do we have to do a match preview? Is that where we've gotten? We got 5-10 minutes left. What are we doing here?
Dude, I just want to...
But Kyle, we also have to be excited because the season's about to start.
I am excited, Steve, but I'm also terrified of what might happen. Dude, like, you know why I'm terrified? It's one thing, the injuries. If they happen and we're short, that's scary. You know what I'm more terrified of, though? Being a fan and being in the YouTube space and having to deal with everybody saying, FSG out, they didn't buy anybody. Like, I'm terrified of that.
FSG.
Dude.
FSG. FSG.
Just get some freaking players, dude.
It's crazy.
But what are you thinking, man? Are you excited? Like, I'm excited.
You know me. I love the Premier League more than anything. So, yes, I'm excited. There's nothing like a Saturday in August. Ooh, wake up early, throw on the kit. I don't even have a new kit yet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I usually don't get it for like a few weeks after the season starts. Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm like, oh, shit, it's too late. Do it.
The new home kit's pretty fresh.
I'll probably throw on week 1. I'll probably throw on I might throw on Elliot. Elliot's my guy. I don't even know if he'll play. But
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Elliot has been so average. Like,
I know you say this every week. We know you're not a big fan of Elliot right now. Just so you know. I don't know if you're having memory loss.
I want to be. Trust me. And I know it's there. I know the potential's there. But I watch Elliott and I'm just like, he's not giving me anything.
He's playing he's playing out of position. Not out of position, out of system. He doesn't have enough of the ball. He doesn't have enough time. He hasn't adapted fully. Dude, he'll be fine. He's still the same player. He'll be fine.
Ben Doak. That is a player.
Just blistering pace and directness, and that's it.
I love that kid. I watch him. He's one of the only players. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There's several, but when he gets the ball, I'm just like, yeah. What are you gonna do?
That's kind of how I am with Elliott. Look, Kyle, I'm not sitting here saying Elliott's a top player, but we've seen him be a top player in many matches, especially before the injury. And you can't forget he put in some shifts for us last year. He didn't have the goal return. He's gonna have a little if everybody's fit, he's gonna have some quality around him this year. McAllister, Soboslai, the link up, the interplay. Not Hendo and Fabinho standing beside him. Like let's play some football. Like let's get creative. Some five-a-side in the dirt, in the sand. You know? Let's get cute out there. I think he can shine this year, but we'll see. Anyways, Kyle, you got something planned, or should we just look at the match next week?
Let's look at the match next week, bro. I just put a poll in the chat trying to figure out if people are FSG out because I'm here for some toxicity. So, but let's look at the match next week, bro. Let's look at first off, I think we're gonna win. That's number one. Number two, dude, Chelsea. What are Chelsea gonna go with? I don't even know who plays for them anymore.
No, dude, seriously, we're not gonna predict Chelsea's lineup. It's impossible. They got players waiting on visas. They got players that got purchased years ago and still haven't come yet. They got people pending in the queue for sale. They got it's just absurd. The only thing I know for sure, honest to God, the only thing I know for sure right now is that they have Enzo Fernandez and Mudryk. That's the only thing I'm certain of. Everybody else could have gotten sold and I wouldn't even know about it. Actually, maybe Sterling's still there and Kepa. I'm not certain of much else.
Yeah, me neither.
Who's starting? Thiago? Silva?
I don't even know if he plays for them anymore. He does?
No, dude, I think he does. I think he's their best player. I'm not kidding. He's always been solid, and I don't like Chelsea at all. Or Thiago Silva, really, for that matter. I don't care for him. But he's like literally their best player. Anybody that really knows football and watches knows that he's a staple in their lineups when he's fit. And he rarely steps out of line. Like, he is their best player, probably. Even at 40 years of age or whatever he is.
He's up there.
But that's also how bad they are.
Well, here, let's do this then. I know it's hard to predict their lineup. Let's predict our lineup. Okay, I know Doug gave us a pretty solid lineup. But what are you thinking going into the first game?
What do I want or what do I think?
What do you think?
All right, what do I think? It's so tough. Because I remember the days when Jota was playing center forward. But I don't think that's really happening anymore.
Well, we have so much depth in attack.
All right. I'm going same lineup as Doug.
Same.
Trent, Robbo, Konate. No, listen, with one change. All right, so let's just skip it then. Let's just save time. I'll rip through it. Trent, Robbo, Konate, Ali, Virgil. Yep. Same midfield. McAllister, Dom, Curtis Jones. And then I'm going Diaz on the left. I would love to see Jota in the middle, Gakpo come in second half, but it's not going to happen. I think Gakpo is going to start and Salah on the right. So I got Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. That's a guess. I have no idea what's going on, and we don't even know if Chelsea can field a team legally. We don't know if they are within the legal guidelines, the legal boundaries of the UK to field a team.
Oh, that's so weird. Just absolutely so weird. All right, so here's what I'm going to hit you with, bro. And this is going to be the scary thought. So if Liverpool don't start Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, and McAllister in midfield, if they don't start them, who plays?
Thiago, Bajcetic,
Thiago's not even
Elliott.
healthy yet.
I know, but I think they're apparently both supposed to come back.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
It would be Elliott.
Okay. So Curtis
or
Jones,
Trent
Elliott.
in that hybrid.
Nope. Trent's going to start at right back and then shift in. So midfielders specifically. So Curtis Jones, Elliott, and Szoboszlai. Are you comfortable with that midfield?
Curtis Jones, Elliott,
And Szoboszlai.
why not McAllister?
Or McAllister, doesn't matter.
You're saying two and then Elliott.
Are you just comfortable with that midfield starting against Chelsea?
Yeah. I'm not excited about it, but I would be like, okay.
That's my problem. We shouldn't be like, okay, because if I'm looking at a starting attack of Gakpo, Salah, and Diaz, or Diaz, Nunez, Salah, or Salah, Jota, Diaz, I'm like, oh, watch out, Chelsea. Our midfield is average. Until now, again, I've seen great things from Curtis Jones in preseason. I've seen McAllister put in great performances. I've seen Szoboszlai's potential. I mean, just really good ball retention, pressure, and that's awesome. If we're going to high press Chelsea in their own half and we need those players to do it, that's great. Elliott offers us nothing defensively. Nothing. Okay? Curtis Jones looks pretty good. And Szoboszlai doesn't know the Premier League yet. I'm extremely nervous with our midfield, dude, and I'm afraid we're just going to get overrun. I'm terrified. It's just not good enough for me right now. And I love Curtis Jones. It's just not good enough for me right now.
All right.
So, with that said, we don't have any option. So I'm going Curtis Jones, McAllister, and Szoboszlai in the midfield.
Yeah, now that you say it that way, I'm actually a little upset that we don't have more options. Because I don't even care if Szoboszlai or McAllister start. Like, honestly, the new guys, I don't think you deserve to start right away. Necessarily.
This is my entire point.
But we have no choice, yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So, yeah.
So consider this. Or finish your top line. Or are we done?
Well, all right. So Gakpo needs to start for me. Absolutely incredible player. Diaz and Salah. So Gakpo, Diaz, Salah. So the same ones you went with, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So consider this. Chelsea. Always a tough match. Always. For us, at least. They seem to get scraped by scrubs. We can't score against them.
Yeah.
Then we got Bournemouth. I believe, didn't Bournemouth beat us or draw us last year?
Yeah, well, we beat them 9-0, and then they beat us 1-0.
Okay. Should win that one. But then we have Newcastle. No scrubs. Then we have Villa. Is Good Evening still there?
He's got to be.
Yeah, okay. Tough match.
Good evening.
Like 4 matches. It's not the toughest schedule, but I don't know. It's not like we're playing Forest, then Brentford, then a team that just got promoted, then whatever. Like, Chelsea's tough.
I know.
We already lost to Bournemouth. Like, This, like I said, the squad's gotten worse, in my opinion. Like 3 months ago, we lost to Bournemouth. I don't even know how long ago it was, but wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Last season, but it was still the same team. Worse. Then you got Newcastle, finished ahead of us. And then Unai Emery, he's a great manager.
He is. He's an
He's
underrated
a solid
manager.
manager. He's
Really
always
good.
there. He's always there. Fielding a team that's tough to beat, always.
Yep.
So you know what? My optimistic side says we run through all of these and get 12 points. But when you just broke down the midfield, I don't think that's possible. I think we're lucky to get 8. 2 draws and 2 wins, 0 losses out of these first 4. And then right then and there, you're already 4 points back. Already. Because somebody, it could even be Brighton, is going undefeated the first 4 matches. United, City, Arsenal, Tottenham, whoever, probably not Tottenham. But, sorry, Tottenham, you guys are a joke. But somebody's going to be like undefeated. Like Wolves will be like undefeated through like the first month. Like something weird. And we're already 4 points back. And we haven't even played the really big dogs yet.
We haven't even started the season and we're 4 points back.
Dude, but like that's how it could be. Come August, come September 3rd, when we finish that game against Villa, we could be 4 to 6 points back. That not because we're playing like crap, but because the league really is that tough right now.
It's
and I don't think
really
we've
good.
made enough improvements.
It's a really good league. It's a really good league. And I think it was One Football had all their admin people do like their predictions for the Premier League. One person had Liverpool in the top 2. The rest had them at either 3, 4, or outside of the top 2. And rightly so. Liverpool cannot rely on just outscoring teams. You can't do that anymore. This isn't 17-18. You can't just outscore teams and let in 2, 3, 4 goals a match. I know Alisson's the greatest keeper in the world at the moment. Okay? But how good is Alisson going to be when he's taken on just grenades and just saving everyone for the whole season? Like, he's going to, like, you need defenders.
What if he picks up a knock, Kyle?
Exactly. I mean, I like Kelleher, but
I love Kelleher.
Alisson's good for a 3-4 week injury once a year.
Maybe not, but
no, I'm saying he is. Every year he's been here, he's picked up an injury.
Yes. I will say this: one great thing they did was keep Kelleher this summer. There was rumors of him going. That would have been disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is so good as a backup keeper.
Yep.
And he needs to carry us through those smaller cups. Take us home, Quivin. Please, take us home.
Ross, I understand. 99% of the time, we're optimistic. 99% of the time. And Ross thinks
he might be talking about the pundits' rankings.
I know, probably, but I just want to. I also want to address this because we are being kind of negative about it, but it's justified. Like, why? Like, I know it's not like we're sitting back and we're not linked with players. Like, it's not like Klopp is out there going, I'm satisfied with who we have in the midfield. Like, he's not saying that. He's like, we're actively pursuing players. We need to bring in other players. Fabrizio is saying Liverpool are targeting 1 midfielder and at least 1 center back. Or, we're seeing all of this. But it's not happening. Nothing's happening. Like, what the hell are we doing? And that's the whole point of the show today. Like, the days keep going. Time keeps ticking. We're getting closer to Chelsea on Saturday. You got to get players in. Okay, where's the risk reward of holding out for the price you want and actually getting the guy in before the season starts? Just pull the trigger. Get players in. At least you have bodies that can play the position instead of putting Curtis Jones, who has slowly moved his way back from a left wing to a CDM now since he started playing in the senior team. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to these players.
No, look, Kyle, it's not fair to the new guys either. Hey, you don't know the system, but you're starting. We're relying on you. That's how poor we are. You don't come to Liverpool to be the man. You come to Liverpool to be part of something bigger than yourself. Unless you're Virgil van Dijk or someone like that.
God, Virgil van Dijk is just bigger than life, isn't he?
Dude, but like, McAllister came here to better his life. Are we better than Brighton, Kyle? Like, maybe a little.
Maybe not location-wise, but as a club, yeah. Isn't
Like
Brighton
Soboslai, like tearing up the Champions League. He ain't going to do that here. And if we don't get anybody else to surround him, imagine the pressure and the weight that's on their shoulders. And, like, they came here with the assumption that we will be back in the Champions League next year. Right now,
I think
that
we will be.
seems difficult as hell.
Well, no, it's not easy, but we are going to be in the Champions League next year.
Every single season I've predicted Liverpool win the league, I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah, no,
because we're not good enough anymore.
watch,
That's the
now,
fact. That's
now
the
we're going to
reality.
win the league. Now we're going to win the league, Steve.
Well,
That's
I
all you
hope
have
so.
to do.
That's all I care about. Win the Premier League. That's all I care about.
I love Ross's takes, right? I do like Ross's takes, and this is a good one here. He says we're discussing worst case scenario when we might get 3 players in before the window closes, and everyone will pretend they always had faith. Excellent point. Excellent point. That is how the Liverpool fan base works, though. Okay, we're linked with a player. Everyone said they've wanted this player for 5 years. Okay,
It's so pathetic.
all right. I'm not talking about specific players. I'm just saying get the ones that you're targeting. We've been close with a Lavia deal for 2 months. Get them. Oh man.
Seriously. Tolu says all we talk about is who's coming or going. It doesn't matter if our pressing strategy is trash. Now, the second sentence there, I don't know what we're doing. I must have missed something. But really, this is part of my problem is all we talk about is who's coming or going because we haven't finished the business yet.
Yeah.
How nice would it be, Kyle, like in years past, to be excited 5 days, 6 days before a season and do like a full match preview? Instead, we're panicking. Maybe not panicking, but
Yeah,
we're
panicking.
concerned. We're
I'm just
concerned.
like-
I'm fed up.
Yeah.
I'm not panicking. I'm fed up because it's out of my hands. I'm not going to lose sleep over this and like get my heart rate up. I'm just fed up and tired of it because I am ready for the season to start and to move on and not talk transfers again for another 6 months. I don't want to have these conversations anymore. It's been so long of this.
I like transfers just as much as the next guy. Everyone likes talking about incomings because it's exciting. Now, I bet everything in the squad right now, Steve, is fine. Like everyone is like happy. They're excited. They're like, oh, we have a great team here. Everything's great. And the fans are just going nuts. You know what I mean?
Dude, Sir Oswald just hit us with something that made me think of Harry Potter.
Wait, what?
936, dude. Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. Danger awaits. Or whatever Dobby said to him, dude. That's what this feels like. There are serious issues at Liverpool.
Sorry.
There are serious issues at Liverpool. Dark times ahead. All is lost. A great shadow is upon us. I just selfishly am upset that I can't get excited for this season. Not that I can't get excited, because there's nothing like watching a Liverpool match. Even if we're struggling, that's what I
100%.
love to do. We all love it, right? If we're here, we love it. No, you're not spending your Sunday with us if you don't love to watch Liverpool.
And you know what I'm pissed about? I have to work next weekend.
Well, that's just foolish. You had that weekend off previously. Or did you
What do you
never
mean?
put it in? You were supposed to come here.
No. I have the 2 days off. I have Thursday, Friday off, but I work the weekend.
But you were supposed to come here and take off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Why are we talking about this on the air? It's all right.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right, listen. I'm excited for the season. I actually think I put us to win the league. I think I bet money on us to win the league because the odds are so blisteringly low that like $20 could win you an absurd amount, and it's like whatever. Let's throw
I
20 at
bet
it.
Newcastle have a higher chance of winning the league than we do.
Well, sports betting is legal here in some places, so I can actually check.
What time do we play an early match on Sunday? If we play an early match, I might just go into work.
No, it's
late.
the 11:30 prime time
Oh, of
on
course.
Sunday.
Of course.
It's Sunday,
Sunday.
actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so we're
Sunday.
going to do a match preview next week. See, we're all wound up for nothing. All
Yeah.
right, here's what's going to happen this week. Lavia comes in. Somebody else comes in. Lavia, a Merrick Laporte, who I've been calling for a while, and Andre. Bring them in. Hey, pick them up.
Pick them up.
Bring those 3 players in the next 3 days. Get them acclimated. We play Chelsea at 11:30, and that's it.
I'm telling you right now, dude. Well, first off, I don't see Laporte happening, but if he does, that's awesome. Great. Bring him in. Levi Colwill just signed a new long-term deal, a freaking 26-year deal at Chelsea or something, bringing him to like 2046. And so he's not coming into Liverpool, okay? Chelsea are getting around the financial fair play rules by giving players like 10-year contracts. It's absurd. So that's how they're doing that. So Levi Colwill's not coming in. We need a left-sided center back. There's no question. But if we come on here next week and we have signed Lavia, Andre, and a center back,
We're winning the league.
Unbelievable. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Zia says we're really screwed. More so if any one of our main midfielders or defenders gets injured.
Actually, Liz, so there's a guy that's willing
so
to
true.
cover it. I have a coworker that's willing to cover it. So if I can get this guy to cover the weekend and I switch with him, I'm still going to miss another weekend of games. But I feel like this one is good. Like I need to be here for this one. So
just choose a weekend where we play on Monday, dude.
No, I have to switch.
Oh, is the Community Shield today at 11?
Oh, who's playing?
Man City and Arsenal.
Oh my God.
That's actually kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
Lit. That is lit.
I'm pulling for City. I'm sorry. I have no interest in Arsenal whatsoever.
Oh no, dude,
and we had this conversation last year.
No. Look, I don't want Arsenal to succeed just as much as the next guy, but I don't want to see Man City win anything. Are you serious? I want Arsenal to win.
We already had this conversation last year. I wanted City to win the league, and so did you, because we didn't want Arsenal to win it and think that it was doable what we have done these last few years.
Okay, fair. I
fight till the end with City and win the league. I'm still in that thought process. Kyle, nothing's changed. This new season, all it means is we just had a break. Like now there's new trophies. The trophies have been refreshed. They're up for grabs again. But it's literally the season just ended. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when was our last game? Like May?
Dude, it's crazy.
June, July. We're playing again now in August.
They get no time off.
Yeah. Like Champions League final was what? Like June something? That was like 60 days ago.
Oh, dude. Guys.
So nothing's changed. Nothing's changed for me. Except we've gotten worse.
I feel like we say this every summer. We've gotten worse.
No. This year I'm not feeling my optimistic self. I'm not choosing Liverpool to win the league. Well, I think I bet on that, but
okay.
If we were doing like a league, well, that's just because it could win you so much money because it's so outrageous, and there's always a chance. I did this when I thought we still had a chance at Tchouaméni, Valverde, whoever else, Colwill. I just said, yeah. I was on the app one day. I said, whatever. Just throw this
Could you imagine if we actually signed Valverde and Tchouaméni? Like, oh my God.
I think it would have been if or. Well, Kyle, let me ask you this. Anybody expect Arsenal to come close to winning the league or lead the league for like the whole year?
No one's predicting them to win.
No,
I mean, I'm sure
last year.
No.
People had them outside the top 4. Okay? And then they put in a season like that. They couldn't hang on. But it is possible to be the underdog and fight for a trophy. So we'll see what happens, but we need more bodies.
Absolutely need more bodies. I just want to say to everyone in the chat, thank you very much for tuning in. Seriously, especially the channel members, new channel members, and those of you who donate to the channel. Thank you very much. You guys keep us going. Couldn't be more grateful for you guys. And Kiwi here. 200 million war chests. You remember those? You remember those rumors? 200 million to spend this summer?
Dude, well, this is where Ross is right. It's not over. But we don't care. We just want things to happen. I already said it. Do anything. Bring in loans. I don't care. You don't have to change the world. You do have to get Lavia. At this point, you have to get Lavia.
Yeah, no. If you
owe
let the
that to
Lavia,
us.
yeah, you got to get Lavia.
Yeah. Then do anything else. Anything else you want.
Steve, you got any closing thoughts, bro?
Zia Uden says, Kyle, go tell John Henry, please. He may listen to you as a fellow American. John Henry's not calling the shots. He's not calling the shots. It's Schmetka, Klopp, and whoever else works under them.
Yeah. John Henry
is not negotiating. I can promise you this. John Henry is not negotiating with Southampton Football Club. He's never spoken to them in his life.
Nope.
1,000% guarantee he's not involved in this negotiation on the phone.
He has spoken to George Schmetka one time. When he was hired. That was it.
Welcome.
That's probably it. One time. He said what he wants, and that's it. John Henry goes to one game a year.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. JD says, anyone got John Henry nudes? We got to force FSG to pony up.
Seriously, JD, you legend. Wow, that's a Hall of Fame comment.
That is a Hall of Fame comment. Right,
we haven't had one of those in a while.
Someone leaked the nudes. Oh,
seriously.
Man. All right, so real quick before we end, the poll result. 88 votes, 77% of your FSG out. Oh, man. Steve, I got nothing else, bro. I got nothing else, man. Let's just get excited for the season, right? Because we get to watch the best club in the world play. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to watch the boys play a legit match that counts in the Premier League. Couldn't ask for anything else, Steve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially against Chelsea, man. There's something about the sun shining, the warm weather, the blue and red kits. Man,
I agree.
There's something about that match. I think back to 2021. Early season match, but right before Elliott got hurt. It may have been the first match of the season or one of the first few. He was balling that game, remember?
Elliott?
Chelsea and Liverpool. Yeah, man. I watched that at a Liverpool supporters pub in Boston. And I'll never forget that day. It's a hell of a fixture.
It
really
exciting.
is. And it hasn't been exciting lately, but like, can we just win? Can we just
score a goal? Yeah, I was going to say, can we score a goal?
Dude, who's over there now? Pochettino?
Yeah.
Okay, then we need to win it.
Yeah.
We need to
win it. That would not be a good start to the season, for sure.
Losing to Pochettino and Chelsea, honestly, I kid you not, I'd rather lose to Bournemouth week 2. 100%. We cannot lose to Chelsea, Kyle. We can't.
We can't.
Match preview next week.
Looking forward to it, Reds. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the show. Again, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. Of course, like the video. Shout out to all of you guys for your input throughout the show. Couldn't do it without you guys. And until next Sunday, Reds, take care.